And then the Rain Man, or not Rain Man, sorry, he's picked Nocturne, but he'll trade that out to the odd one. And yep, there's the Corki pickup. So huge damage lineup right here. These are all offensive-based champions, so the swap's going to get underway. Really. Alrighty guys, and welcome back to the game. I'm following Chaos out of his base, or as his team likes to affectionately call him, Chow X. But he's going to move on with Vayne. He's got a Doran's Blade to open up. I could play the Guess the Runes and Masteries game, because I know you guys love that one where I missed all the fights, because I'm talking about, did he have two? Oh, this is going to be hard to watch, because Nocturne's ganking onto Warwick, and he's going to find him right away. He's not going to chase in, though. We're afraid of that Anivia gank, but here comes Alistair up to the front. He's going to find Chowster. There's the stun, and the damage output is huge, because there's the exhaust. Can Chowster fall? It's one hit from dead, and yes, he's going to pick up that first blood. KX picking that one up quite nicely. Elements not able to push Cow quite back in time. First blood is grabbed, well played by TSM. And this could be a very, very dead Annie. Same bitch is going for it. Here they come. There's a flash and the ult. Here comes tons of damage output. Flash goes out, but it won't. Oh, that's some damage output.
Oh my god.
Hello. Wow. One each still picked up. Great play there on both sides, which will make a four-way tie at 1-1, and it'll leave the third. Oh, there's the gank up the top. Sorry, I missed that one entirely. Reginald with his big fat LP, and this is going great for Reginald. And oh man, big fat LP gonna die to a turret. Great play there by Reginald, gonna get that kill for himself.
Yeah, just trying to get that wall off there to kind of get out of range.
He looks like Anivia, well, unfortunately for TSM. And if he's not going to push in too hard, kind of knows that something could be up. And Warwick, though, still waiting in the wings. This could be really bad for the Rain Man. He's still holding it on. The other Nocturne's there. He's going to face check a brush against Warwick. This could be bad. Here comes the ultimate. Nocturne showing up as well, but Rain Man taking tons of damage. Can he pick up the kill? Yes, he can. And Odd One trying to run away. Gets the fear off on Warwick, but it's too late. 3-2 safely, though Anivia, I guess if she had flash, could have flashed for a better wall and dropped them off a little bit more. Actually did not go movement speed boots. It's actually interesting because normally he actually goes movement 3 boots, but enough about those boots. We got a fight coming on here. They're going to push through onto this turret right now, and they're going to jump for it. They're going to find St. Vision. There comes the burst from Reginald. St. Vision is gone immediately. Chaos, though, ready to keep putting out damage. They will take this turret down. Alistair leading the way on that one. That is a dead turret. TSM now 4-2. Turret kills now equalized 21.5 to 18.8 thousand, so almost 3,000 gold up now. And they're again positioned for Dragon, and I think they're actually going to go for it this time. Looks like Alistair and Timber's going to be the tanks for this time. And this is going to go really well for them. I don't think anyone's going to stop him. Yeah, very quick kill picked up there. Looks like CLG will not stop them. Hotshot GG, though, is nearby. They could pinch onto him. I just don't think it would quite work. So, TSM building advantages, 3,000 gold up. They might time, but yeah, it shouldn't be that far away. They cleaned it up, a decent amount of time ago. So, TSM might be getting ready to time that. CLG certainly trying to push their way around in mid. They still have that golem buff on Anivia. They really want to use that because right now there is only a lizard buff as far as buffs are concerned on Team Solo mid, so they really want to do something. And great positioning. They're going to jump onto everyone, but great. CC's coming up from Alistair, going to knock out that Malzahar ultimate. Looks like Nocturne not going to jump into a fight, though. They've broken the focus from Hotshot GG, and that did save the Rain Man as he was going to get just crushed right there. And Reginald jumping into that fight, and there is the egg for Big Fat LP. Sonar Dance comes out. Looks like Anivia's going to drop first. Warwick now the next one to die, and he's getting into bad shape. Jarvan jumps onto Malzahar. Malzahar getting hurt really badly. Look at that damage output. Sonar the next one up, and that is a 4-0 kill score right there. TSM completely crushing that fight, and they're going to move on to Baron right away, and only Chowster is alive. Yeah, that's right. A round of applause. Great fight from TSM.
That really looked like a kind of flip switch moment there from TSM. I mean, it was CLG were putting all the pressure on, then TSM come in there and, well, really do a great bit of damage. Actually, Chaucer's in there behind them, causing all kinds of problems. Reginald taking damage, and actually we're going to see Chaucer dive in here. What's he going to do? He will actually fall before he's able to take anyone down. But obviously we saw Jarvan low. Nocturne, everyone except Vayne, I think, was low in that little encounter. Yeah. And obviously, Alistair just coming back into play as well. But that was nicely done, actually, from Chaucer to keep them from getting that Baron.
Yeah, I think he had a little bit more time, though. I think, they did have that clairvoyance. They did have a couple of those rockets out there. I think he had the ability to sort of wait another 4 or 5 seconds, maybe wait for another cooldown. If he had another phosphorus spawn, for example, he would have killed Jarvan. He would have killed him before he got knocked up by that flag toss combo, and he would have, you know, been less CC'd, probably had a chance to keep going for this. But CLG, you know, they did give away 1 kill on that one, but it means that they got positioning for Dragon. They're going to get Dragon very, very well. So, you know, in the end, you're right. It worked out really well for him. Because, yeah, you know, it sucks that Chaucer died. You know, so this might turn into a base race. I think it's a base race that CLG could win, though. They've already killed that first turret, and they're going to go for it. Yeah, Jarvan's going to be up in the front, and here comes the first turret. Probably going to go down, and TSM, yeah, they got 1 turret kill. CLG doesn't care. They're going to ride this next minion wave, and wow, we have a legit base race coming in. Looks like TSM Special going to come back into this battle. Unfortunately, he had DC'd a little bit. I'm not quite sure what's happening there, but Big Fat LP gets the credit for the kill, and looks like actually TSM will recall back, so that trade was actually really good for CLG. They got a more important turret kill, and they're still pushing in right now. Actually, they're still doing some great things here. TSM should be ready for this, but a great Inivia wall going to keep the initiate from happening at all. They get away scot-free. They got about half the damage that they needed onto this turret. That is wonderful for them. You're going to see the Rainman as he chases through. They do know that CLG's up in the top right of the map. They're going to keep going through on this. But Sona felt due to 2 turret shots. I think it was just a really bad mistake.
Look at Corki.
Oh, yeah, nice. Wow. Nice by CLG. They know they can win on 4v4. This is a beautiful play. You're watching. Nocturne's going to jump into that fight. Here we go. He is on to Elements, but he's going to back off right away. The Inivia wall is good. CLG will disengage quite successfully. Rainman going to jump in there. He will not ult though, so CLG going to get free pushes in from Corki. He will drop this turret for free. I said that 3 times in the same sentence. He has gotten the turret kill. TSM still trying to push in, but Reginald getting lower and lower, and there's still, counter initiate comes in here. There's the stun. Wow! 1's dead already. They've egged Big Fat LP. Hotshot, you're going to drop down as well to Jarvan. This is going to be good on this Inivia egg special. Super low. Can they drop him down? No. He will die, and Big Fat LP going to be okay. Nocturne going to chase around Corki in the bottom of the map, but he's going to find KX. KX will drop the Big Fat LP. Now what can St. Vicious do? Can they drop down the Rainman? Well, Wall's going to help. He's going to still push on Big Fat LP. He's getting quite low. 1 more spell and he's going to get this kill. And there's a flag toss, and that is the kill. Now, can he run from St. Vicious? The shield is good. He's going to keep running away. Corki's going to come around from the side, though. Off to the left. Rayman's still trying to run. He has, I believe, ghosted. And the jump across the wall will keep him alive for now. But I don't know if he's going to make it. He's going to try to suicide to a turret, I think. And he might get to... Oh, no!
The shield kept him alive.
The shield kept him alive and gave away the suicide. That's a little bit silly.
Seem to be in a real confident state for going in for this Baron. There is a ward in at the back which has not been checked out just yet. Won't matter too much now because obviously they've been spotted in there. There goes the wall from Inivia. Baron is down to half HP. The rest of CLG are starting to work their way in. There we go. We actually see the ultimate coming out from the odd one. Nice little bit of engage, but actually Warwick jumped in there. He's going to ulti onto Reginald. Is Reginald going to survive? Certainly looks that way. Warwick will go down. There goes the engage over at the other side. Element's trying to move away. Out comes Rainman actually. Will flash himself over there to get into a fighting position. And TSM have come out on top of this one nicely, 2-0.
Yeah, and as soon as I saw Chaucer run towards the bottom of the lane to farm, I was like, you're going to give away Baron. Push top tower. That's going to be really good for TSM right there. They're going to group up, and that top turret's going to go down pretty easily. That gets just crushed down right there. Should be an easy kill for these guys. Yep, turret is picked up. A lot of gold. Nice stuff there. We're going to keep moving on. And wow, Corki's been backdooring top lane though in the meantime, so it's a 5v4. And Corki might be able to do a lot of work there, but Hydra getting picked up almost immediately. Nocturne will get that kill, but he's in the middle of the enemy team. St. Vicious getting jumped on by Jarvan. Will flash backwards. He's going to be maybe okay. No, Vayne will crush that kill. Alistair putting out tons of damage. Big Fat LP going to get egged right there.
Amazing.
And ow. 4 kills for nothing. Chaucer's backdoor did get the inhibitor. He's going to recall. This could be the base for it. TSM in wonderful shape right now.
Yeah, certainly. First one up is 25 seconds. So are they going to go for Corki, who just Valkyries away? First Nexus turret is going to go down. Second one will fall shortly. And I think TSM aren't going to particularly care about this one. Special just headbutting him away. They're going to focus in on the Nexus. And it will be TSM who pick up their first victory here in round B, in Group B, over a big rival for them, CLG.
Wow, nice job for them. Yeah, so the entire Group B is 1-1. Entirety of Group B 1-1. So it's down to Counterlogic Gaming versus Zan and TSM versus Game, which will determine everything. It could go anywhere.
Anywhere.
The entire team went in a big circle of wins, pretty much. Could go anywhere.
What's your idea of how it's gonna go, Freak? I mean, you look at those last two games, solo mid. Sorry, yeah, the last game is CLG versus Zan and solo mid.
Hello, everybody out there. We just watched an epic game from CLG and TSM, a game that all of America, North America, was really anticipating. So it was really fun for us to watch. Can you introduce yourselves to everybody watching and who you played?
I'm St. Vicious. I played Warwick last game, and yeah.
And what are your thoughts?
We just really got caught out of position. We gambled with a split push, and it didn't really pay off because Hotshot got caught. He was too far up, so that pretty much set into the game for us. So.
Was there anything you wish you may have done differently?
Hotshot just pretty much overextended. That was all it was. Like, I think we overall played like a good game. It could have gone to either person. We gambled, and we lost on the gamble, so that's all it really was.
And there was a lot of activity around Baron. There was a lot of baiting and fighting. Was that a particular strategy you guys had for all the fighting around that area, or?
I mean, Baron, once it gets to a stalemate like that, I mean, there's no real way around it. Baron's going to decide who's going to win the game on that. Baron decides it. So if you get caught at Baron, you lose it. But if you give him Baron, you lose it. So either way, it's a big gamble too.
Cool. And any last thoughts?
Nah, I don't have any. I'm good.
All right. Thank you so much. And can you introduce yourself and who you played?
I'm Reginald from Team Solo Mid, and I played Annie that game.
Cool. And you had a pretty epic Tibber stun under the tower. Can you describe that moment?
Well, that game, everything was on the line because that was basically our final match for the tournament, and if we didn't win, we would have been out of the tournament. So I was like, all right, we made a decision, everyone agreed, so I'm going to do it and go in. And it resulted in victory, so I'm really happy for that.
Yeah, it was really great. I mean, that definitely showed through. I think we all saw the fighting spirit with you guys. Even though the game was, pretty close there, you guys were pushing pretty aggressively on both sides. So it was really exciting for us to watch. What were you thinking going into that match? You guys know the other team pretty well. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, every single time we play CLG, it's like a rivalry, and we always try our hardest. Like, the problem we have with other teams is we take them too lightly, but whenever it's CLG, there's always pride on the line, there's everything on the line, and we've been a rivaling team for so long that when we go and play them, it's always going to be our best.
Right, and so you've obviously studied them for a very long time, too.
Spent a lot of time studying them, and we definitely talked about the picks and spent time, rather than just rushing into the game without thinking and just playing the game. We gave it a lot of thought. A lot of thought.
Right, and so given that you've researched them a lot, was there anything they pulled out that really surprised you during that match?
I actually was really surprised when they decided to run double AP. I mean, they're going towards more of the European style, and us in Epic Gaming, since we scrim a lot and play a lot together, because we've been practicing for many weeks for this tournament, we kind of stick to the North American style still, the old school style, and it's doing well for us, so we're just going to stick with it till we find something better.
Great. Well, very excited to watch your next match. Thank you very much. And I believe now we're going to a commercial break, so stick around.